Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome to round 2 of the Rotax Sim Racing Challenge Asia. We're here at the wonderful, beautiful Interlagos circuit in Brazil for the second round of what promises to be an exciting race. I'm your host for this evening, Max Palmer. With me in the studio is Encik Budi.
Okay, Max. So today we're gonna go to Interlagos.
Yes.
Wow, that was actually a good combination of a high speed and a high speed turn and a very technical first sector.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got everything. It's got high speed corners, medium speed, and low speed as well. And what a track to try and break the deadlock. We have Lee Ka-chun in first position, followed by Muazzam Zairi in second, both on 18 points.
Yeah. Oh, last race. Remember last race? That was really dramatic.
Yes.
What happened between Muazzam Zairi, Lee Ka-chun and Jay Wong.
Absolutely. Let's have a look at the... we were going to have a look at the point standing there. But in any case, it's been an amazing first couple of races that we're going to have here. Interlagos, anything can happen. We were talking to the server master a couple of days back and he was like, well, do I put it onto standard weather? Because with standard weather, it could go from dry to wet and all this sort of stuff. Luckily, we managed to keep the track dry, I think.
Well, I hope so.
All the mechanics are still looking outside, looking at the clouds, going, it's going to be very difficult indeed. Before we go in there, though, we would like to thank our sponsors, Martini, Pepsi, Tourism Malaysia, Cuti Cuti Malaysia, the Langkawi Development Authority, JW Sports, Holiday Villa, KLIA TV, Amprex, Zermae, Kart Lubricants, Morak, Rotax, and Mojo.
Yes, Max. So for this event, actually, we are doing a race online league and a offline grand final.
Yeah, this is absolutely spectacular. We're going to test their skills on 3 online races and then bring them into a final. So the online league, we have 16 of the fastest karters in Malaysia, fastest sim racers in Malaysia. And the top 10 of those are going to go to the Morak Wanutama Grand Finals. And it's going to be winner-take-all racing out there. It's going to be so spectacular to see how that ends up. And if you guys want to be a part of the action there, you still can, because there is a social media challenge as well. The top 10 from this social media challenge will also get a chance to go and race against our sim racing heroes there. So for your chance to get into the finals there, tell us why you are a Rotax racer and post it to Facebook or Instagram for your chance to win. Standard chance to win a seat to the Rotax Sim Racing Challenge Asia Grand Finals at the Morak Wanutama circuit there on the 4th of December 2022. And there are also copies of Automobilista 2 up for grabs.
Yeah, it's not that hard. You just post something, maybe cliche, funny, or informative.
Yeah.
And hashtag Rotax Racer. Tell them or tell us why you are a Rotax Racer. And well, the best, what we call that, caption. Yeah.
Yes, the best caption will stand a chance to win. For instance, you could say something like, I spent all day today changing brake fluid because I am a Rotax racer.
Well, that's work.
Yep. In fact, it's actually worn off the ink I have from voting there. I just got a little bit on my finger there.
Mine's still dark.
Yeah.
It's darker than mine.
I promise I did vote long. So the winner of the Wanutama Finals will get the prize pool of 3,000 ringgit, a fully paid trip to the Rotax Max Challenge Asia Festival. First place gets 1,000 ringgit and that trip for 2, fully paid up. And second place gets 600, third place 400, fourth place 300, fifth place 200, and 6th to 10th place 100 ringgit each. It's well worth doing, isn't it?
Max, 100 ringgit and a full trip to Morak Langkawi Asia Festival.
Oh, it's 1,000 for the first guy.
Oh yeah, sorry, 1,000 ringgit and a full paid trip to Rotax Max Challenge Asia Festival. That was actually a really good prize pool, you know.
Absolutely. And if you missed out on all of that, don't worry. The greatest kart race in Asia is open to spectators. 9th to 11th of December 2022. Head on down to Langkawi for the Rotax Max Challenge Asia Festival, held at Langkawi, organized by Amprex Motorsports, our partners in this event there, and alongside with Rotax as well. And let me tell you, there is no better place to go watch a race than Langkawi. We're so super close to the airport, super close to the beach, and I tell you what, and any other time of the year you can't come down to the event, come down to the track anyways. It's the perfect place for a rental car holiday.
Rental car holiday. Well, this is actually a FIA homologated.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's really hard to say that word.
It's the FIA CIK homologated racetrack, and it is homologated for international racing as well. So we can have world championship level races like the Rotax Max Challenge Asia Festival. These aren't just drivers from Malaysia. These aren't just drivers from Asia. We've got entries from South America. We've got entries from the UK. We've got entries from Asia and from the Americas as well. It's pretty much a full-on international event.
So, well, I know for the fact that in Asia, the kart race is not that big, but outside of Asia, like Europe and America, karting is something really big. They have their own niche of racing. You know?
Absolutely. We've got professionals who are pure karting professionals, like David Serra, who only ever do kart racing, and it's amazing, the scene out there. But we're seeing a lot of very positive developments here, thanks to people like Amprex and Rotax, who are really building up kart racing in the Asia Pacific region. So you can check out all of that at the Rotax Max Challenge Asia Festival. It's proud sponsors of the Rotax Sim Racing Challenge Asia.
So Max, what are we gonna see tonight? What is your expectation?
I think we're going to see a lot of drama and a lot of exciting action, especially at the front of the field here. We've got Muazzam Zari and Lee Ka-chun with, I do apologize, 19 points. It wasn't 18, it was 19 points apiece. So we have a dead heat after the first round there between Muazzam Zari and Lee Ka-chun. Both drivers well capable of winning the championship there, but the dark horse is right behind them. Jae Wong in third place could take it all. He is still in the running for the challenge. Further back, we have Hisham Ahmad, Kamal Ali, and Hazmi Hamidun very close together again. Hisham Ahmad and Kamal Ali dead heating for fourth place there. And also we have a few other drivers down there yet to score. There was a couple of mistakes that happened in the first round there, so a lot of drivers weren't actually capable of scoring. So we've only got points down to the top 8 at the moment there. But I think that's going to change this time around. Yeah,
Max, it's going to be different for this race, I guess. Because we know that Interlagos, the track is really good for those who know how to handle aggressive intakes, aggressive overtakes, and aggressive line. But with cuttings, aggressive is actually not really good, but it's still an advantage, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. If you do have an aggressive driving technique, I think Interlagos works a little bit better. Like for me personally, Ortona was a very tricky karting track to try and sort out when I was doing a little bit of testing with some of the drivers and some of our partners earlier on. But Interlagos, you're going to start seeing heavy braking, which in a kart with one brake on the rear axle, heavy braking is a real challenge. As you can see there, Interlagos, 12 turns packed into a distance of only 1.1 kilometers in Sao Paulo, Brazil, Interlagos circuit. This is actually a track that's located just about near turn 4 of the Formula 1 track. Let's see, coming down towards turn 1 here, hard braking zone coming through here, and then again, another stab of the brakes to try and get the kart rotated through turn 2. This infield section, very, very tricky, especially if it's a little bit cooler. If the weather isn't quite helping you out here. Now, coming out towards the exit, you need to use all of the track before coming out to this majestic parabolic corner here before coming down to another heavy braking zone and coming towards the apex here. And again, another tight sets of switchbacks here. This actually reminds me a lot of the Langkawi circuit as they go through these S's here. Again, very super critical to use all of the track here. And then coming out of this corner, it's all about flat out running. You need to keep the speed up as much as possible on the exit there because you need to bring the speed into this final hairpin before you come across the line. There is barely anywhere to take a breather.
Yo, Max, that is 1.1 kilometers with 12 turns full on action. Actually, I couldn't see anywhere where those racers gonna do some overtake. But I would like to see the second sector, how
Yes.
they tackle the defensive line and the offensive line of that
Yeah.
second sector.
Yeah, absolutely. The second sector, and also coming out of the parabolic corner and up that top hairpin and into those series of switchbacks there, you could see some switchback overtaking. Whereas,
Yeah, that is what
because
I want to see. Well, it's actually quite normal for kartings where the switchback overtake happen.
so yeah, absolutely. We're expecting race pace between 50 and 51 second lap
Oh,
time.
that
And
was fast.
yeah, it is very quick for this kind of track there. And I think this actually goes to the strength of the Rotax Max Senior type karts, in that they really shine at these very technical tracks there. But they're also quite tricky to drive because you do need to keep that engine rev up high for the duration of the track. And if you're not careful, when you bog down out of those hairpins, out of those switchbacks and S's, it can be very difficult to actually drive the kart out of the corner.
Yeah, that's the issue when you have low RPM exit of the corner. You won't have that acceleration to to move that fast. So basically, the prerequisite of this kind of track is actually very sensitive reflex and a very good weight transfer.
Yeah, so in fact, we've just got the signal from our producer that they are about to start qualifying. Very exciting stuff indeed. So we're going to head on down to the track there, and let's have a look at the qualifying session currently in progress. It was a 15-minute session, the time remaining there 7 minutes 44, and we can already see that Kamal Ali is the early pace setter right now. Hazmi Hamidun, aka Master Seth, is in second, and Hisham Ahmad is in third. But as you can see there, Kamal Ali's gone quicker. In fact, he's gone 50.440 seconds. This is flying around this track here. Again, close to world record pace. But interestingly enough, you can see the likes of Jay Wong and Mohammad Akmal and Ika Shabirin just a bit further behind there. And Lika Chun not yet out for his lap. He might just wait for a last-minute lap in order to come out there. So very interesting stuff. Already head games being played there. Muazzam Zairi has already done a 50-second time as well. The times are tumbling, isn't it?
Yeah, Max. Kamal Ali, he adapt to this track very, we call that very good, perfectly, because that is his aggressive driving style, as per we can see. So right now, behind him is actually now it's Hazmi Hamidun.
Yes.
Wow.
He's done fantastic. I think he's done a lot of practice in order to get his lap times up right now. He's at 50.440 seconds. This is flying going around here. Muazzam Zairi's gone quicker. He's gone 50.145 to move himself up into provisional pole position right now. It's all happening at the front of the field there. So it's Muazzam Zairi, Kamal Ali, and Hazmi Hamidun, aka Master Seth, first, second, and third. So Gaskun, and it's the two streamers up at the front there. It's Gaskun and Master Seth, first and second place. They are trading times now. Hazmi Hamidun trading times with Kamal Ali. This is exciting stuff in the qualifying.
Yeah, Max. As we can see that 50.4 and 50.44. That was really close timing between between Hazmi Hamidun and Kamal Ali over there. But behind him, but at the back we have Lee Ka-chun with 57.791, which is maybe he is trying to get a hang of this track and condition.
Yeah, he's definitely doing warm-up laps there. I suspect this more so than Ortona, our first round. This is a track where you're going to need 2 or 3 laps to warm up under full qualifying conditions, because the track is so short and you don't get up to that much of a high speed. You really do have to push quite hard there. Jay Wong, meanwhile, he's gone up ahead there. He's got Kamal Ali down quite a bit there. Kamal Ali's 50.440 isn't enough. Jay Wong's gone up into 4th position there, knocking Kamal Ali down yet another position. I think Jay Wong right now does have the upper hand at the second, but Lee Ka-chun's gone to 2nd position right now. So all of our championship contenders are slowly moving up to the top of the grid.
Yeah, Lee Ka-chun started at 57 something. Now after that warm-up lap, he was like, nah, I'm not going to stay there.
Oh, Muazzam Zairi, 49.546. Unbelievable lap time there from Muazzam Zairi. He's done a fantastic job in order to get himself up into the top of the leaderboard there. Lee Ka-chun's definitely going to have to push hard in order to try and counter that. Pole position is going to be super important for the first few laps of the race here, because there's very little place where you can overtake before your tire temperatures get up.
Yeah, that's the problem with turn 1, remember?
Yeah.
We have turn 1 hairpin. There's 2 hairpin there. And it's going to be really, really tricky to overtake around that area. So if you can fly early, you will have disadvantage.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's going to be a lot of fireworks actually happening at turn 1. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I'm not sure whether it'll be good.
Are we going to watch turn 1 drama or...
Yeah, well, I don't know what sort of fireworks. I'm hoping for nice, clean, 2 wide, 3 wide battles into turn 1 there, but you never know. It is a heavy braking zone into a hairpin right off the start of the race. It's not like you've got a long run to sort yourself out there. It really is start, bang, brakes, turn. And it's very, very difficult indeed. Perhaps one of the hardest starting positions in karting.
Lee Ka-chun right now is 49.8. He is on the move and trying his best to beat Muazzam Zairi in front. Azmi Hamidun is, Hisham Ahmad now in 51.137 seconds. Was actually quite good for him, but it's not his best pace right now.
Would you look at that? Lee Ka-chun's got 49.869. He's getting closer and closer right now. 2 karters, 2 championship rivals into the 49s.
We got 3 minutes left, and I'm waiting for Jae Wong.
Yeah, Jae Wong is definitely sitting there. He is definitely planning his attack right now. He's pushing very hard. In fact, he's out on track right now. And perhaps in a lap or so, we can see there he spun it. That's how hard they're trying. They are pushing these karts as hard as possible. It looks like it's very easy, but trust me, pick up a copy of AMS2 and try this out for yourself. It is a lot harder than you think. It's actually quite physical, surprisingly enough, in the sim. With the wheel, I mean, I've only got an entry-level Logitech G27. But even on that, it can be tiring. You can get arm pump.
Yeah.
And all the rest of it.
As, for us as a seasoned sim racer, we still think this is really hard, you know?
Yeah, and that is fair enough. Like, racing karts is a very difficult form of motorsports to get right, to be right at the top of your profession there, because there's so many things you need to worry about. And, you know, there's so many things you need to adjust, you need to feel out, you need to change the way you think and drive in certain ways, the way you brake. You have to have a lot of finesse on the controls, even in heavy braking zones where to us on the outside, it looks like he just slams on the brakes and turns it in. But in fact, there's a lot of finesse happening while that's going on there. 1 minute 42 seconds remaining. Muazzam Zairi still at the top. Is he going to stay at the top?
Look at Lee Ka-chun time. It's 49.7. He going up, and he is man on the mission, Max.
Absolutely.
As Max was saying, a lot of finesse and everything. You know, when you try to drive this in a AMS, you really need to know about the mechanical tricks of this kart, how it moves, how it works, so that you can adapt from every single situation, from every single point of a race, to make sure that you are on the right decision-making position. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And just as the time starts to click closer and closer to 0, 1 minute left, and Jae Wong's managed the 50.163, not quite there yet, but he's definitely pushing hard to try and get himself into the 49s there. He's now up into 3rd place, displacing Hazmi Hamidun, aka Master Seth, who's gone down to 4th position right now. So the 3 championship challengers are in the top 3 positions for this race 1 here at Interlagos. 38 seconds remaining, and it looks like Lee Ka-chun's going to try and make it better. No, he's unable to improve on that lap time. It's going to be very difficult for them to, I think, challenge 49.5. We all know how quick Muazzam Zairi is when it comes to hot lapping. That's really his speciality, isn't it?
Yeah, hot lapping is one thing. Being consistent in the race pace is another. And we know that Lee Ka-chun and Jae Wong and Muazzam Zairi, they are really, really consistent in every single race that they are having, you know. At the last round, you can see how consistent they are. They keep the same distance for the whole race.
Yeah, absolutely. So now qualifying is complete there, and Muazzam Zairi looks like he's gotten that pole position there from Lee Ka-chun and Jae Wong in third place. So our championship battlers are up first, second, and third position. Hasmi Hamidun is in fourth, followed by Kamal Ali in fifth.
Oh, that was a good one. Hisham Ahmad in the sixth place and Ika Shabin Hassan in seventh. Amir Radli aka Berry in the eighth place and Muhammad Akmal is in the ninth place and Khalik in the 10th place.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are very, very close together there. We know that Khalik didn't quite manage to get a clean lap during the course of that qualifying session. We are, of course, seeing them do their warm-up laps right now, and they're lining up to the start of the grid. It's pretty much a hot race. So basically, they've done their qualifying and they're immediately lining up onto the grid, mini GP style. So we're about to go live to the track right now. Let's see if they're about ready to go.
Yeah, we are waiting for them to start the race.
And there you go. We've got live pictures there from the track there, and they are about ready to go, and they're off, coming down towards turn one there, and there's a lot of bumping and shoving and twisting around. There's spinning, there's bumps, there's carts on top of other carts there. That is the big danger there, and you can see there are a couple of unsafe rejoins there that's knocked a couple of carts out of the way there. That's insane stuff, and look at that. Khalik's managed to get himself up to third place, but he spun off, and Muazzam Zairi managing to keep himself in first position. Adli is in second place. Unbelievable stuff there for all the drivers. It's unbelievable. Amirul Adli now managing to get himself into second place. Kamal Ali in third. Lee Ka-chun is in fourth position. But Jae Wong really didn't get out too well from that, and Hasmi Hamidun also not really having a very good start to the race there.
Yeah, that's quite a bit unfortunate for them. As per we said earlier, that the issue with this track gonna be the first corner on the start of the track. Now Lee Ka-chun is man on the mission, and this race he is trying to get Kamal Ali and Muazzam Zairi in front, but the gap between him and Kamal and Muazzam Zairi is quite big.
That's an amazing first lap, by the way. He's only 3 seconds slower than the expected race pace, and that's from a standing start, ladies and gentlemen. That's incredible. Everyone else has done 1 minute, 1 minute 2, 1 minute 4s for the first lap of the race there, but Muazzam Zairi has had an amazing start to the race.
He got a flying start, Max.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only that, he's managed to get clear of all of the carnage happening at turn 1. Meanwhile, we've got a battle between Jae Wong and Akmal there. Jae Wong trying to go in on the inside. Will he be able to make it work? It's going to be an outbreaking battle coming into the corner here. And it looks like Akmal just gone a little bit wide there. That puts Jae Wong into the inside of the corner there. Hard on the brakes. Can we see him go through? They're still side by side coming around the corner there. But Jae Wong's managed to get himself just ahead. He does give the space there. Very gentlemanly driving there. But he's managed to get himself out into the lead there. He does take to the grass a little bit to try and avoid any accidents there. What you do have to remember with Interlagos, it is a fairly narrow track, so they do have to worry about giving each other space.
Yeah, that's the issue. When you have these cars, actually they don't turn as much as you can see it is. You know, it's really hard to turn a go-kart around, especially on this kind of track. But right now, Hasmi Hamidun behind Jae Wong is actually trying to get away from him. Well, that was a nice poking air.
We were just having a joke earlier on before the start, you know, cucu angin, poking air.
Yeah, that was actually a nice slipstream done by Hasmi Hamidun over there. Wow.
Good use of the word slipstream there, but look at that. Hasmi Hamidun, aka Master, says he's learnt a lot since he started sim racing competitively then. You can see him trying to put Jae Wong under pressure. Jae Wong is not an easy person to try and put under pressure, but he is doing the best he can in order to try and keep that pressure on there. The only way you can open up the chances to overtake here is if you give a lot of pressure to the drivers up ahead. And I think Hasmi Hamidun doing a very good job of that.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that, Mac. On the behind, we have Khalik. Khalik is recently trying to get his wheel, and this is maybe his second official race. Oh, that was not a good one from Khalik. He's going out of the track for a few times. Like I said earlier, it's really hard to have a very good cornering with kart in this track.
Yeah, absolutely. And now with his problems with his wheel and everything else, I think he's still on controller, Steve. controller or keyboard? I can't remember.
He
Yeah.
he is on the wheel right now.
All right.
Yeah, he's using my wheel.
Oh, he's using your wheel.
That is why I know.
All right, so there's a reason. Anyways, what we're trying to say is there is a reason he's still having a little bit of trouble out there on track.
Yeah.
He's getting used to new equipment. I think the first round he didn't.
We got a lot of flying tires.
Oh yeah, Hasbi Habidun sending the tires out, flying there. I think Eka is also following suit back there. Jay Wong pushing the tires out of the way just to try and clear some space, I guess, for the racing line.
Does the tires make any difference? Yes, it is.
Yeah, it does.
In the physics of this game, every single obstacles is actually giving a different in terms of mechanics and everything.
Yeah, and even in a car like this, even in slow speed corners where you see a lot of those tires are, if you're going at full race pace and you hit those tires, there is a chance, there is a probability that you could get damage onto your car. And with Automobilista 2, the damage model is very accurate.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And even things like engine damage, if you over-rev the engine or if you go too hard over a curb, you could damage the engine.
That was on the engine part. But when we talk about the suspension part, or the knuckles, the joint and everything, in kart, that was the really sensitive part of the whole karting car.
Yeah. So with all of these karts there, everything is super sensitive. It's set up just like you would a proper Formula single-seater, perhaps even more accurately in some cases. Even down to things like seat position, which dictate your weight balance, front to rear and side to side even in some cases. Meanwhile, Eka Shabir in there, very hard and trying to protect himself from Ahmad there.
Hisham
Ahmad, there we go.
Yep. But I want to say something, Max. Hasbi Hamidun is actually in front of Jay Wong right now.
Absolutely brilliant stuff there from Master Seth. He's managed to overtake Jay Wong. Again, very difficult to do because Jay Wong is an incredibly good sim racing driver. He's one of those guys where, especially in Assetto Corsa, as you see, he's sending the tires flying there. It's almost like he's trying to put some obstacles in the way there.
Take the tire from me, guys.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how much how much he's actually grown by leaps and bounds there. Jay Wong's lost quite a bit of time there. I think there must have been a mistake there from Jay Wong, and now he's under a lot of pressure from the kart behind him. Lee Ka-chun there is also under a lot of trouble there. Looks like he's overtaken Kamal Ali. Kamal Ali looks like he's gone off the track. We can see tire debris out there. I think he's gone a little bit wide and Kamal Ali's gone past there, which means Lee Ka-chun is in second position. Remember, Lee Ka-chun and Muazzam Zari are tied for points at the front of the field there. So this is for the lead of the championship. Whoever wins this race gets the lead of the championship. But of course, there's race 1 and there's race 2 as well.
Yeah, not so fast because we have race number 2. And in this 15-minute race, everything can happen before the checkered flag. Well, I don't want to say anything, but anything can happen.
Absolutely. Like we saw at the start of the race, in motorsports, anything can happen and it usually does.
Oh, remember last week? When I say everything can happen, what happened?
Everything.
Everything. When we say everything can happen, it means everything, guys.
We're on board with Lee Ka-chun right now as he's working his way around the track here. You can see the sense of speed. They're only sitting about half an inch off the ground to an inch off the ground at most in these karts there. And you can see how fast they're going through the corners there. Lee Ka-chun, of course, using the perfect racing line. What I like to see here is that he does have a little bit of a throw in his steering. It's very, it looks like he's adopted a similar style to, say, a Fernando Alonso, where he's very aggressive with the steering on turn-in, but you can hear from the throttle response that while he's being aggressive on the steering, he's being very smooth on the throttle. So he's doing all of his corrections and everything on the steering wheel, whilst trying to keep that throttle steady to try and keep the speed up.
Yeah, the feathering throttle technique was actually a very good technique when you can adapt to the position of the to the condition of the track.
Yes.
You know, when you are trying to have this kind of thing, it's actually depends on the way you drive and the way you that is your built-up habit actually.
Yeah, absolutely there. But despite all of that, it looks like it's an 11-12 second gap between himself and Muazzam Zairi. I think it's going to be very difficult.
What is that?
Whoa, he just clipped another tire there. That was Muazzam Zairi. And it looks like Lee Ka-chun perhaps is actually a little bit closer behind there. But look at the lap time he's just done. 49.922 at lap 10 there for Muazzam Zairi. An incredible time there. I think he's trying to dominate this race. He's trying to get pole position, fastest lap. This is the Grand Slam attempt there from Muazzam Zairi. He knows he needs to put as much pressure as possible on Lee Ka-chun in order to claim that first place in the standings.
Exactly, Max. But we still need to remember the grand finale is actually an offline race.
Yes.
So the way you adapt to this track, the way you adapt to the karting style drive, it might be quite similar to the offline race.
Oh, there's a clip there from Muazzam Zairi as he lapped someone there. Very, very close stuff indeed there. There's a bit of a touch there between Muazzam Zairi and the cart behind him. I think that's a lapped vehicle. I think that might have been Khalid or Adli. In fact, Amirul Adli behind him. So very, very scary stuff indeed, but you can see he is pushing as hard as possible. He wants to dominate this because there's still quite a ways to go. I mean, I know 5 minutes doesn't sound like a long time, but when you're racing in the karts like this, 5 minutes do feel sometimes like 25 minutes.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Max. Now, this is a sprint race where 50 minutes, it's all or nothing. It's more than just, it's 50-minute race. It's going to be a long day. But at the end of the day, it's all or nothing.
Absolutely. Hazmi Hamidun, Master Seth now still ahead of Jay Wong there in 4th and 5th position respectively. Now trying to chase after Kamal Ali. It's going to be a bit of a tall order for him, but there is still all the possibility that Kamal Ali may go off the track. We saw him make an unforced error earlier on in the race, which gave that position to Lee Ka-chun. So that 3rd place might still be up for grabs. All Master Seth has to do is to just keep pushing as hard as possible. You can actually see in that last shot there, the background in Sao Paulo. This is how close the racetrack is to the Formula 1 circuit that's around the track there.
Yeah, that was what I'm saying just now with Max. I was like, Max, Interlagos feels like really Interlagos. Yep. You can see the background of Interlagos in any race event, and this is the same background that we have.
Absolutely, as we can see there, the beautiful Rotax Max Challenge kart with its Mojo tires and running Zermac kart lubricants. Beautiful, beautiful setup they've got there. All top of the line, top of shelf equipment that they are going to be using in the real life race in Langkawi. Beautiful stuff there from Hazmi Hamidun, but it looks like that kart behind him is getting closer and closer.
He managed to overtake Kamal Ali.
Yes, indeed he has. He's now up into 3rd position. So, yeah.
He managed to take Kamal Ali now. Kamal Ali might some mistake happen there, but 55 a second on the last lap. That's gonna be a big hit for Kamal Ali right now. In front now, but Kamal Ali is still in front of Jay Wong. No. Wow, what on my mouth. Jay Wong is actually overtaking Kamal Ali just now. I was like, oh, Kamal Ali is still in front of Jay Wong. Then suddenly Jay Wong going up.
That's 2 positions lost by Kamal Ali there towards the end of the race. Of course, tire degradation is going to be seriously critical around the track here. But as you can see there, Hazmi Hamidun still in 3rd position there, but he's got Jay Wong chasing after behind him. And it looks like Jay Wong's getting closer and closer as the laps tick down here. 2 minutes left in the race there. And it's going to be, I think, an 18-lap race. So not a lot of time left. We've only got really 2 laps left before they come across the line there. You can see there Lee Ka-chun pushing very hard to try and catch up to Muazzam Zairi there. Only 1.5 seconds. Can he do it in 2 laps? This is going to be very dramatic stuff. Of course, it's one thing to catch the car ahead, but it's quite another to actually overtake.
Yeah, Max, you can see how slidey his car right now. He was really pushing to its limits. You can see how it slide away from him and how he counter-control that. Yeah. Okay.
Close enough.
How he tried to control that steering input, the reflex and so on. That was really a good driving technique shown by Lee Ka-chun itself.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see in that short little in-cart clip the amount of steering input he's having to put in. I think he's taken quite a lot of life out of the tires there, trying to carve his way up the field. He's managed to do some very good damage control, limiting the damage he had from the bad start and for the rest of it, managing to get himself back up into second position. This is good for the championship. It's not the best for the championship, but it is good. It does mean that he is very close to the top. And it also does mean that Lee Ka-chun does still have a chance when it comes to Paskurud and to race 2 later this evening.
Yeah, it depends. I don't want to say anything again, but on the start of the race, if they learn their lesson, so on the second race, it's going to be a better race. Because, well, it is the first race, so they doesn't know what happened when they outpush themselves.
So there you go, final lap. Boards are out there. Let's have a look at our leader, Muazzam Zairi. 2.1 seconds, 1.8, 1.7 seconds. It looks like he's losing up a little bit of time. He's going to come across the line there and take the win right now. So that is Muazzam Zairi in first position, Lee Ka-chun in second, and Hazmi Hamidun in third. Brilliant stuff there from Master Seth.
Yo, he got third position in the first race of the second round. And we need to see what is his effort to make sure that on the second race, it's going to be still on the top 3 position.
Absolutely there. We're coming across the line there for Muazzam Zairi. Lee Ka-chun comes home in second place and Hazmi Hamidun in third position. Brilliant stuff there from Master Seth. A real improvement from round 1.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that. So behind him is actually Jae Wong and there you go, Jae Wong. And behind Jae Wong is actually Kamal Ali.
Yeah.
Hisham Ahmad is quite far. 10-second gap between Hisham Ahmad and Kamal Ali actually.
So there you go. Hisham Ahmad will come home in 6th, followed by Eka Shabirin Hassan and
Muhammad Akmal.
Yeah, there we go. Muhammad Akmal in 8th place. Those will be your point scorers from race 1. And as we wait for the final results to come out there, what a race that was.
Well, I was actually that was actually speechless. Master Seth got 3rd place and defeated Jae Wong.
He defeated Jae Wong and he really pushed hard to try and get hold of Lee Ka-chun there.
He was actually driving a really good. Less mistake. That was the best part of it.
Mind you, this track is very narrow. It does have quite a lot of hairpins and tight corners there. I guess maybe a little bit of that Toge experience coming back in.
I do agree with you on that. That does make sense, okay? The experience of how Toge works maybe give him a little bit of advantage there.
Yeah, that and the close quarters battling that they do. Of course, we will remind again that Master Seth only condones Toge driving in the Sims.
In the Sims, yeah.
Keep it safe, guys. Keep it to the sanctioned events and take it off the streets and keep it safe out there. So in any case, we're going to have a look at the results now. And Muazzam Zairi has in fact gotten first place plus pole position plus the fastest race lap time. So he scores 12 points, really dominating that race there from Lee Ka-chun in second place, only scoring 8 points there. That has been critical for Muazzam Zairi to try and get as many points as possible in this race. This will be a turning point in the championship for him, but it's still all to play for. Jae Wong is still in third. Right now, Hazmi Hamidun actually got a 5-second penalty. So unfortunately, his first podium of the season denied there by that 5-second penalty. But so has Kamal Ali and Hisham Ahmad. I guess it has something to do with all those tires that they've been throwing out onto the track there. So that's unfortunate for Hazmi Hamidun. We know he managed to defeat Jae Wong on track there, but in the final race results, he's been demoted to 4th place.
I think this track is actually harder than the Otona track.
Yes.
It feels a bit faster and a bit trickier, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think Ortona, you have a lot more space if you do get it wrong. On the apex, you have quite a bit of runoff around the exit of the corners in order to get things right. Whereas in Interlagos, when you make a mistake at the apex, you have to slow it right down. You have to get right off the throttle there. And with these Rotax Max cards, you can kill your speed quite a lot there. That's what makes Rotax Max such an interesting class to drive because it's all about keeping up your momentum, and that's something that will, stay with you all the way to Formula One racing should you go for it.
So weight transfer is a thing. Keeping up with momentum is a thing. How you brake is really determine how you drive your car.
Absolutely. Too light and you go too fast into the corners. Too heavy, you lock up, and if you enter the corners too slow, you lose all of that precious momentum.
Okay, guys, they have a lot of things to think.
Absolutely. They'll be making their adjustments and setting the karts up for later on. They will be racing in evening conditions, afternoon to evening conditions. So they are going to do another qualifying lap as well.
Yeah.
So here we are. We're joining them for the qualifying session. Again, a little bit later on in the evening there. And for now, with 7 minutes left on the clock, Lee Ka-chun is in provisional pole position with Hazmi Hamidun in second and Muazzam Zairi in third.
So the difference between the daytime or the early morning kind of race and this is the evening kind of race. So the difference is actually the track temperature.
Yeah.
The track temperature is actually quite different, and the way that this driver approach the track it's gonna be interesting to look at.
Absolutely, the track temperature is going to change quite a bit. Around Interlagos, it doesn't actually start cooling off until late in the evening, and we're running more of a late afternoon, early evening time. So the track temperature, I think, would have actually gone up instead of down.
Oh.
And it gets very hot in Brazil. It's tropical, just like in Malaysia. So you do have this this condition where the races that happen later on tend to have worse effect on the tires because the tires start to overheat earlier. You work the tires very hard around this track. You're turning left and right, and you barely have enough time to cool off the tires on the straight.
Yeah, especially when you are on the first sector, it's really taking tolls of these tires and how you drive it. Too much oversteer might be a big impact towards the whole.
That's a big moment there from Isha Muhammad.
We are talking about that tires, not the barrier tires. Okay, guys, come on.
The barrier tires are already worn out. For those of you who wonder where these karting tracks get their tires, for Interlagos, they're actually donated to the track. Not only for the karting track, but for the Formula One track. So all of the used tires in Sao Paulo, in the barriers and stuff around Sao Paulo, and they donate their used tires to the racetrack in order to build up the barriers.
Well, that was actually quite good. That was really good waste management.
Yeah, and in fact, there is a scheme at Sepang Circuit where you can actually leave used race tires for the same reason. Because a used race tire is not much use to anyone.
Yeah.
So what we normally do is we drill a little hole or poke a little hole through the sidewall to make sure that nobody uses it because it's unsafe to use. And we basically just give it to the track and they end up in the tire barriers. So if you ever wondered where those tire barriers are, they weren't bought specifically for the purpose. But they are in fact used tires, some of them truck tires, some of them light van tires, and racing tires, as well as your normal everyday passenger car tire. In fact, who knows, if you're watching this from from Sepang or Kuala Selangor region, your tires on your car that you just changed might end up at turn 1 in Sepang.
Oh yeah, that might make sense. That was a good new information that we need to digest, guys. Okay, these tires are not bought like specifically just to become a barrier. No one is gonna do that. So now we have in the provisioning a pole position. It is Lee Ka-chun with a timing of 49.735 seconds, and behind him Muazzam Zairi. Wow, this still battle of the two.
Yeah, in fact, Muazzam Zairi has gone a little bit quicker there. I was just going to say, Lee Ka-chun was overtaken by Muazzam Zairi. Now he's been overtaken by Lee Ka-chun, who is overtaken by Muazzam Zairi. And now Lee Ka-chun's gone faster again. So we had a real quick back and forth there between Gaskun and Lee Ka-chun.
Don't forget, behind Muazzam Zairi is actually Jay Wong. He is actually getting comfortable with his track.
Yeah, absolutely. As you can see, the tires knocking around there. Also, if you're wondering, do the marshals get annoyed at all of these tires littering the track? Yes, they do.
Of course, of course, guys. They have to go that. Wow, Just imagine at 3 p.m. in the evening. You know?
Would you look at that? Hazmi
Oh!
Hamidun, Master Sets managed to steal that position from Jay Wong. 49.977. He's only the fourth person out on track today who's managed a 49-second lap. That is an amazing time there. 49.977 moves him into third position, but Jay Wong, 50.039. Very, very close indeed. Just a few thousandths of a second.
Master Seth has set himself to become more competitive in this category, Max.
Yeah, he's definitely unlocked his inner karting demon right now there. Lee Ka-chun, meanwhile, he's in second position, really pushing hard on the kart out there on track, trying to get that speed up. He only needs, again, about 100th of a second in order to try and beat
49.5 is not slow.
Absolutely not. This is very close again, like I was saying, to world record pace.
Yeah.
And again, just like in round 1 in Ortona, they've done it again here. Round 2 in Interlagos, 125cc single speed karts. They are trying to fight for the world record during practice, during training, all throughout these last few days there. So amazing stuff. 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining there. Muazzam Zairi is still in pole position. Lee Ka-chun is in second place. Would you look at the gap there? 200ths of a second between Muazzam Zairi and Lee Ka-chun. He's improved, but not by enough. Jay Wong is trying everything right now, using every single inch of the track, bumping into tires, throwing the track furniture at the scenery at the moment there in his attempts to try and break into the top 3 right now. I think Hazmi Hamidun, Master says he's going to have to go out there and do another lap just to make sure to try and improve his lap time. Let's see what his lap time is coming across the line there. And he's done it. Oh. He's gone faster. 49.746 for Jay Wong, moving him into third place. Hazmi Hamidun is in fourth position. Unbelievable stuff there.
So the difference between qualifying and the start of the race, is it gonna be impactful to this race, Max?
Absolutely, for the start of this race, especially if the track conditions are as I predict they are going to be, which is a little bit worse off. We saw how chaotic it was in race 1 at the start there. I think race 2 could be very explosive at the start. Not only at the first corner, but around the parabolic corner, into that top hairpin, and even towards the final corner of that first lap. There's, I think, going to be a lot of action.
The issue with the tire overheat is everywhere in the race 2.
Yeah.
That's going to be an issue for them.
Yeah. It's about whether you try and burn your tires off early, get into the front and build yourself a gap, or do you wait and try and time your attack for the end of the race. Look at Jay Wong getting very sideways.
What a slide there.
Getting his slideways on, ladies and gentlemen, is Jay Wong, our Singaporean, fastest man in Singapore for Rotax Sim Racing Challenge Asia. And he's definitely flying the flag right now out on track there. He's managed to get himself up to third place. He's improved a little bit on his time, but not quite enough to try and catch the karts up ahead. Meanwhile, Lee Ka-chun scored 49.405 just to make sure Muazzam has to think a little bit harder now to try and break into that position there. Jay Wong doing everything he possibly can. I think that was just a little bit of a visual aberration there. But he was trying his hardest to try and get his position there. Look at that, getting very sideways across the line. He is pushing that kart hard, but unfortunately unable to improve on his lap time. He probably got a cut track there. But qualifying has been completed there. It looks like Lee Ka-chun's managed to get pole position, followed by Muazzam Zairi and Jay Wong in third. But you have to say, Master Seth in fourth place. Hazmi Hamidun, he did a very entertaining qualifying session for us.
I do agree with you on that, Max. Lee Ka-chun 49.405. That was actually really, really fast. He even faster from the first race leader, which is Muazzam Zairi, 49.457.
Absolutely, it's incredible, this qualifying session. It just goes to show how close everyone is. So now they're going to cool off just a little bit and start.
The racer is not sweaty, but I am.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they're very sweaty indeed. And as we wait for them to line up to the start of the grid there, they're going to take a few cool down laps, change the tires, get ready to go again. But for now, this is our race 2 grid. Lee Ka-chun is in pole position with a 49.405, followed by Muazzam Zairi, 49.457, hundredths of a second behind in second place. Jay Wong is in third, followed by Hazmi Hamidun and Kamal Ali in fifth.
In the sixth position, we have Ika Shabirin Hassan. Oh, going up one position from the first race, and Muhammad Akmal on the 7th, Hisham Ahmad on the 8th, Amirul Adli aka Barry on the 9th position, and Khalik still on the 10th position.
Yeah, but definitely a lot better qualifying session than he did the
Yeah.
last time. Because I believe the last time when he did go out for round one, for race 1 qualifying, he really was one of the first times he used the wheel. I remember he changed his controls, but that is a pretty dramatic
He
change.
changed his control like maybe last week, so he don't have that much time yet.
Yeah, it takes a few weeks, I think, to get ready to go there. So now we see the karts are beginning to start lining up onto the grid. There, some final checks by the mechanics have been done, and we are about ready to go, and we are off. Away we go there, coming down towards turn 1, and again bumping and sliding and spinning there, and it looks like Jay Wong's been spun around. And look at that, that was Muazzam Zairi. Muazzam Zairi has spun, and there is drama all over the place. Muazzam Zairi has dropped down the positions there. In fact, Hazmi Hamidun has managed to overtake there. Muhammad Akmal has been managed to overtake that. Kamal Ali's got himself up into 2nd place there. So Muazzam Zairi and Jay Wong have dropped down. So that's Gus Kun and Jay Wong who have really been the losers of that battle for first 2 corners there. They've been bumped from behind, which caused them to spin. It's super easy to spin out a kart if there's any contact mid-corner there. But Lee Ka-chun, again, he's learned from Gaskun. He's managed to get himself up ahead and pulling very far ahead indeed. This is going to be crucial for Lee Ka-chun. Whatever his tactics were before the start of the race, what he has to do now is push as hard as possible in order to try and build as much of a gap. He's sort of forced to burning off the tires early and hoping he's got enough of a gap.
But I see that this track, it's going to be a bit, it's not that hot, Max. You can see the difference between, the lighting difference between the first track, the first lap, and the first round, and the first race, and this race, it's a bit, what we call that? It's not warmer, it's cooler.
Yeah. I think also it's gone a little bit overcast there for the boys out track there. You can see there the smog's coming in a little bit, that famous Sao Paulo haze that they talk about in all of those wonderful Karimba music.
Oh, what a flying tires.
There was a big incident there. I think that was Berries there. Amirul Adli sending a few tires off into the netherworld and really scaring the marshals a little bit there. But everyone's fine and wonderful, and he's gone on a little bit. Meanwhile, Hazmi Hamidun is trying hard to try and reclaim that position further behind him. But it's battle on between Muazzam Zairi and Muhammad Akmal there in 4th and 3rd position respectively. They're going to go side by side there. Let's see if this is going to happen. Hard on the brakes there. He's going to try and go around the inside there. They side by side. They almost touch there. But it looks like Muhammad Akmal doing a fantastic job to keep himself up ahead.
What a good recovery, Max. When they contact just now, that was in the middle of the corner. It's really hard to recover from that. But Muazzam Zairi has done a really great job. Not to mention Muhammad Akmal, that defensive move is actually unbelievably good.
Brilliant defensive driving there from Akmal. But also, and I do need to say as well, when Gaskun did turn Akmal around a little bit, you saw him back off and give the position back. He doesn't want to attract a penalty to himself, but also it's just a very good sporting gesture. That contact unsettled the kart in front of you, and with kart racing, of course, the driver behind has the responsibility or the job basically to keep the overtake safe, at least during the early part there. So that's a good sign that you see there. That's something you like to see in kart racing. Oh, Jay Wong spun!
Oh my god! That was unbelievable! Jay Wong, he just managed to overtake Hazmi Hamidun, but then he spun.
He just took a little bit too much speed into there, trying to make that overtaking maneuver work. Unbelievably, he's dropped down not only behind Hazmi Hamidun, but also behind Eka Shabirin there. Shabirin Hassan there in 5th position. Jay Wong in 6th place, pushing very hard indeed to try and gain back those lost positions. It's not gone well for Jay Wong this race, has it?
Yo, that was actually a roller coaster ride for Jay Wong right now. He managed to overtake quite a good numbers of races, but then snap, that happened. this is the second race that Jay Wong did quite a big mistake, Max.
Absolutely. And he's got it all to do again, and he's trying to overtake two drivers that are not well known for being easy to overtake. I mean, you yourself, Budi, have raced against Eka a few times. You know how hard it is to overtake.
Eka is another seasoned racer.
Yeah.
And AMS is his game.
Yeah, absolutely.
AMS is his game. So he was actually really consistent in terms of kutip sayo kind of strategy. Yeah. When we say kutip sayo, is actually make sure that people in front or back of you.
Oh, that's another spin there. There was a contact there between Jay Wong and Eka Shabirin there. And Jay Wong had nowhere to go, and now he spun off the track again. That has been a horrific race there for Jay Wong. He almost got that move done, trying to go around the outside.
I was just saying that, Max. I was just saying that. Oh my God.
This is unbelievable stuff right now. Coming round towards the braking zone here, and Hazmi Hamidun trying his hardest to enter into the inside there of Eka Shabirin there with Muhammad Akmal, I believe, that is up ahead there.
Yeah.
So it's a battle between Muhammad Akmal and Hazmi Hamidun. He's going to try and go around the outside, around the inside. You can see that switchback attempt there. He's going out wide and forcing his opponent to defend on the inside. And again, if you keep doing that, as the driver in front, you don't want to be defending too much because you lose so much speed coming out of the corner there. It's really important to only defend when you have to defend and really sort of block the bigger attempts there. You can see that he's trying his hardest to cover off the line of Hazmi Hamidun, but Master Seth is a little bit clever than that. He's actually using alternative lines to try and gain speed on the kart ahead. This is some high quality racecraft right now. Coming down towards the parabolic corner and into the braking zone here. He's going to try and dive in on the inside. Not quite close enough to make it happen. Oh, there's a spin there. There's a spin. Muhammad Akmal just clipped the curb there, and he's sent the kart flying around, and he's not only lost the position to Hazmi Hamidun, okay, Master Seth, but also to Eka. So he's dropped from 3rd to 5th place right now, and Hazmi Hamidun is in 3rd place again.
Wow, that was actually when Max mentioned about the switchback strategy that they use in karting races, and I really love to see when they are fighting. So they have either you going to get inside, or you are going to push your opponent to brake early.
Yes.
Yeah, that is what exciting when you watch a kart race.
Absolutely, it's the in to outside and outside to inside.
Yeah.
Do you brake early? Do you brake late? There's opportunities to overtake in either situation if you know how to get it done. Meanwhile, with all the drama behind him, Lee Ka-chun has managed to pull off a fantastic gap there. He's the only one who's been lapping in the 50-second barrier. That's an incredible lap time to be doing during the course of the race. 7 minutes to go. We're about roughly halfway through the race. And what did I say? Lee Ka-chun is out there. He is pushing those tires to a limit and trying to get as much of a gap as he possibly can. And look at the gap he has to Kamal Ali right now. It's 10 seconds, the gap between 1st and 2nd place.
What happened to Muazzam Zaidi? His last lap is actually 59 seconds. That was not intentional.
I think he may have gone off the track there, and if he's gone off the track that dramatically, he's just come across the line there. He's done a 50-second lap time, and so has Jay Wong, so I think he must have spun coming across a curb or something else. The biggest worry is if you keep hitting those tires, you could knock the tracking or the wheel alignment out of your kart offline, and when that happens, these karts become very difficult to drive.
And not to mention, they are actually fighting for the championship leader. This is not going good for Muazzam Zaidi in this position.
Absolutely. He did all he can to try and gain that championship lead, but he might be in a very bad position right now because he has to fight with Jay Wong and also try and climb a few more positions right now. We're riding on board with Jay Wong, and he's trying to look past Muhammad Akmal, and we know how hard he was to try and overtake. Hazmi Hamidun had to try every single way, but he tries to go on the inside there. But again, you see Akmal takes more speed coming out of the corner there, and he manages to defend by getting a better exit. That's how you defend with these karts. But now Jay Wong's got a better exit coming through here. He's going to try and go in on the inside on the parabolic corner. Hard on the brakes there and dives in on the inside. That is a beautiful racing maneuver there from Jay Wong. He manages to put Muhammad Akmal down one position, and he's now in 5th place. Next target is Eka Shabirin.
Eka Shabirin Hassan, I think the gap is 1 second in front of Jay Wong. you can see that Jay Wong is already eyeing for Ika Shabirin Hassan tail over there. And he was like, Ika, I am coming for you. You are my next prey. But Ika Shabirin Hassan, as the same as Muhammad Akmal just now, he has a really good defensive move. And Ika, I was saying about this earlier, when Ika is in front of you, it's not easy. He keep on pushing pressure in you.
Yeah, he's one of the few drivers that can actually give the guy behind him lots of pressure, which is something special indeed. Meanwhile, we saw Kamal Ali there. Looks like a little bit of aberrations again. And you can see them coming down towards the braking zone here, hard on the throttle, pushing through the corner there. He's done a beautiful race, actually, a perfect race in order to try and keep himself up into second position. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the race right now, and I think Kamal Ali might be able to do it. He might be able to get his first podium position.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that. And not to mention, Hazmi Hamidun is 6 seconds ahead of Ika Shabirin Hassan. So Jay Wong, he has like maybe 4 minutes just to make sure that he can overtake Hazmi Hamidun to gain that top 3 position.
And as you saw there, he took a few laps to try and get past Ika Shabirin Hassan, which he did around the outside of turn 3. Unbelievable stuff there, coming down towards turn 4 there. And now going through the parabolic corner, it's all going to be about how much tyres does Jay Wong have. Because that's another thing a lot of people don't think about when it comes to these sprint races. The more you battle with someone, the more you're having to push the tyres and use different racing lines to what is optimal. And that's going to hurt your tyres a little bit more. So he's taking more life out of those tyres there. But in any case, he is actually doing very well for himself in the championship because he's managed to overtake and overhaul Muazzam Zairi there, who's having some troubles further back behind the field in 7th place. If he can get himself up into the podium positions by the end of the race there, he's going to put himself in a really pretty position for the 3rd round of the championship in Baskerud.
Yeah, Max, I was actually thinking, if this round is so exciting, what? Oh! Ika Shabirin Hassan, he's spun!
Oh no, and there's been some contact there between a few drivers there who weren't able to overtake. Muazzam Zairi has even collected Ika Shabirin Hassan. Jay Wong collected him, Muhammad Akmal collected him, and Muazzam Zairi collected him. There was nothing I think he could do there. Muazzam Zairi... Ika Shabirin had a little bit of problems there. I think that's, again, just a little bit of a glitch. We do apologize. Brazil is quite far away from Malaysia.
Yeah.
But in any case... Again, Ika Shabirin there, he spun on the exit of that technical section coming up towards a very fast section there, and that's the place where the drivers are really pushing hard and going out towards the outside, and there was just nowhere for them to go. They were hard on the throttle, trying to avoid him, and you can see there the carnage there. I wouldn't be surprised if Ika had a lot of damage from that.
That was what happened to Ika, but how about Muazzam Zairi? He was actually T-bone Ika, and what happened that will that give a damage towards his front end of the car?
Especially the steering knuckles.
Yeah.
They can be quite sensitive if you have any impacts there. You can see there with the slow-mo drone shots there. We've got some of the best drone pilots in the world, let me tell you. But that's fantastic stuff there. As you can see there, Muazzam Zairi, he's probably okay. It looks like he's able to track around these corners relatively well, but I wouldn't rule him out from having any sort of tracking issues there.
Oh, he's trying to go from inside and pushing Muhammad Akmal. Oh,
Muhammad Akmal there running really wide there, but they're still side by side coming into the braking zone there, and he's gone off the grass there. Muhammad Akmal going off the grass there. He's spun around. Unbelievable stuff indeed. I don't think Muazzam Zairi was expecting Akmal to be that fast, but now we can see he's got a little bit of tracking damage on the karts there right now, and it's just having a little bit of issues trying to get the kart going around the track there.
Muhammad Akmal lost his touch. He was like, this kart can't steer anymore. Bam!
Yeah.
That was happened.
Yeah.
Now Hazmi Hamidun in front with 1 second gap between him and Jay Wong. Will he make it to this end of the season? Oh, okay. That wasn't just a glitch. Oh my god, that was nerve-wracking, guys.
The servers in AMS2, which are actually in Brazil, giving us a little bit of a heart attack there, having a heart palpitations there. But Hazmi Hamidun, there's only 30 seconds left in the race. It's going to be another 18-lap race. I believe we are on the last lap of the race there. As you can see there, we've got our Yeah, we have got our pit signal for last lap of the race there. Jae-wong, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? He's managed to do it there, but Hazmi Hamidun tries to go around the inside again. A beautiful switchback maneuver. He's managed to get it on the inside there, and Hazmi Hamidun claims third place. And look at that. There's a mistake there from Jae-wong. He gets it sideways and has to correct. Unbelievable stuff there. This is the last lap of the race there. We know that Lee Ka-chun is going to be impossible to catch. Kamal Ali is going to be very difficult to catch as well, unless those two make a mistake. This is going to be the race that we're going to see all the way to the end here, and this is going to be something special. There's a lot of fans of Master Seth out there. Hazmi Hamidun has a huge fan club. We can hear them cheering from here, diving into the inside corners there. Oh, there's a bit of a contact there, and it looks like Jae-wong. Fantastic stuff. He does, in fact, tries not to get any advantage through there, but it looks like he's dropped behind there. Hazmi Hamidun managing to keep that third position, but it looks like Lee Ka-chun is going to come across the line in first place and finish the lap right now. Kamal Ali in second place, and Hazmi Hamidun is going to come home in third position. Unbelievable. Oh, look at that. There is some dramas further behind there with Jae-wong and Muazzam Zairi and still getting a few things sorted out there. But that's brilliant stuff indeed, I believe. Oh, look at Kamal Ali further up ahead.
Muazzam Zairi is actually overtaking Jae-wong. Is it?
I believe that is already the end of the race there. We had a little bit of a timing glitch. I believe it is, in fact, Lee Ka-chun in first position. We will get a confirmation of that. But that was a brilliant race there between Hazmi Hamidun and Jae-wong.
Yo, the last lap was actually really good. Hazmi Hamidun, the switchback position that Hazmi Hamidun done, and Jae-wong have trying to overtake Hazmi Hamidun. That was really, really good, Max. It was amazing. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be happening.
And what did I say about that last corner of the track there? The last corner on this lap was absolutely spectacular, trying to get around there. Unbelievable stuff indeed. We haven't seen such drama throughout the course of the race there. This has to be comfortably one of the most dramatic kart races I've ever seen, real or fictional.
You guys need to clip that, guys. So
yeah,
that was really good.
That is switchback driving at its best and defensive driving in a kart sense at its best. Hazmi Hamidun just worried about the exit of the corner, and he made sure that come turn one, he was in the perfect position in order to claim the apex.
That is the things that what Hazmi Hamidun has been doing just now. He makes sure that he owned the apex.
Yeah, absolutely.
To push away Jae-wong, either taking alternative route or race line, and then he keep on that apex until Jae-wong need to break off, just in case that to make sure that he didn't contact with Master Seth. Yeah. And that what give position to Master Seth just now.
Absolutely there. And again, Master Seth, you can see the difference between round one and round two, how much more aggressive he is. But also we have to say, Lee Ka-chun, fantastic race there. Schumacher-esque driving performance.
He was, Lee Ka-chun on the second race, he was actually flying.
Yep.
11-second gap between he and Kamal Ali was actually really good. He is comfortable in that race.
But what did I say? You know, he burnt those tires up. He really used all of the performance of the tires at the start of the race there to make sure he had a comfortable gap. He did let that gap slowly come back, but eventually that was enough for him to stay ahead of Kamal Ali in second.
Kamal Ali need to use the same amount of effort just to make sure that he caught up with Lee Ka-chun in front. But then when he pushed that cut too hard, he will lose the tires.
Yeah.
When Lee Ka-chun lose the tires, Kamal Ali also lose the tires.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah, absolutely. Because Kamal Ali has been playing the chasing game as well. He's been pushing very hard, and I must say he did a fantastic job. All three of the drivers who come across first, second, and third have done fantastic. Of course, we've just had our stewards review everything there. The stewards meeting is finalized, and we do have the final results of the race. So let's have a look there. Lee Ka-chun has in fact come home in first position. Again, he's taken 12 points. Again, he's maximized his total points haul, but this is going to hurt Muazzam Zairi more because Muazzam didn't come in second.
Yeah.
So he wasn't able to limit the damage there. Lee Ka-chun, I think he's going to be leading the championship coming into Baskerud, into the final round there. So brilliant stuff from him. Kamal Ali, he's done fantastic to be in second position. Fantastic race from him there to take home those 8 points. But again, Lee Ka-chun, perfect race, 12 points, pole position, fastest race lap time. Those 2 bonus points are going to help him out big time. Further down the field, we have Jay Wong with a 5-second penalty in 4th position. After all of that battling, it turns out that he probably could have Hazmi Hamidun probably could have backed off a bit, but that's not racing, is it? They want to come across the line in 3rd position no matter what. So Hazmi Hamidun in 3rd, Jay Wong in 4th, Muazzam Zairi is in 5th. Gaskun, not the best race for him in terms of championship positions, but at least he does score 4 points, and that could prove crucial. Hisham Ahmad is in 6th place with a 5-second penalty. Quite a few penalties out there actually right now.
Yeah, well, because the racetrack is not that easy as the first racetrack, and this track is actually really fast paced and tricky, so that might hurt this driver a lot. Well, when you practice practice alone.
Yes,
You don't have any opponent in front of you or somebody in front of back of you to overtake you. So when you are not pushing your limit to that, it's really different, Max.
Yeah, absolutely. Further behind, of course, we had entertainment all the way through the field. It was the adrenaline impact all field battle. Everyone was battling against someone else. It was brilliant stuff to watch out there.
Ika Shabirin Hassan was actually doing quite well.
Yeah.
Until the end. Just slight mistake, and then
he could have done with the race being 16 laps long instead of 18, but unfortunately it ended up being an 18-lap race there. So Berry is there. Amir Adli managing to get the better point of Eka there. So that in the battle of Speed Tavern, Berry is up in 7th, Eka in 8th there. Khalik there in 9th place, managing to do quite well for himself there. And Muhammad Akmal, unfortunately, with all those penalties, I think he sent a record amount of tires out onto the racing surface. I think that's the majority.
There's a lot of tires.
Yeah, because of course the tires aren't placed on the track or at the edge of the track. They really are in the no-touch zone. So if you see a lot of tires out there, then whoa. So in any case, we also have our championship points to have a look at, and let's have a look at those right now. Lee Ka-chun is in pole position in the championship. 39 points, plays Muazzam Zairi, 35 points. And Jay Wong in 3rd with 25 points, and Kamal Ali in 4th. Kamal Ali, that 2nd place, has really put him in contention for the podium positions there.
Now, Jay Wong is actually in quite a bit tricky position right now. Kamal Ali with just 4-point gap. It's actually attainable for Kamal Ali to get on the 3rd place. On the 3rd round.
Absolutely, and we can see the progression from the round 1 to round 2. Kamal Ali's definitely gone a lot faster throughout the course of these 2 races, and I think he will still get even faster still in round 3 there. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that works out. But Jay Wong is a fighter, and I know he's not going to make it easy for Kamal Ali. But Master Seth also having a fantastic race again. Another podium position driver out there in 5th place.
Yeah, he just lost number 4. 2, 3, 5, 6.
Yeah.
That was a good number from Hazmi Hamidun, also known as Master Seth. Behind Master Seth, we have Hisham Ahmad, which is on the 6th position. With this race is not actually that good for Hisham.
Yeah.
He might have some issue with his setup or practice session. Well, it's a bit taking tolls towards this race, where he managed to secure, I think, number 6 or number 7, like that.
Yes. And it does mean that he is now been overtaken by Hazmi Hamidun there, but still very close. 16 points for Master Seth there, and for Hisham Ahmad it's 15 points, so only 1 point difference there. That midfield battle is going to rage on for quite a bit. Meanwhile, Eka Shabirin, again, not the most luckiest of race wins, but he did score points in every round. That could be super critical coming towards the end. Remember, the top 10 are invited to the finals there. He's sitting pretty there in 7th position. If he can keep it up, we might actually be able to see him IRL.
Yeah.
And instead of a Discord server. So that's going to be fun as well. Unfortunately, Raimi Hang was unable to join us for personal reasons there. It would have been nicer to see him out there on track instead of see those double zeros, but I'm sure he'll be back for the third round.
Yeah, I do agree with you. And behind him is actually Barry, who managed to secure 2 points in the last lap, the last race.
Finally.
And he was like, okay, I'm good. I'm on the top 10 right now.
He has tried his darndest to try and get some points there. And I know it looks like 0-0-0. Yes, he was there for those 3 races, and unfortunately, he's just perhaps had the worst luck we've ever seen anyone have. He's been in point scoring positions in all 3 of those races, but unfortunately wasn't able to do it. Now he could breathe a sigh of relief, get the monkey off the back, as us Englishmen say, and put him up into 2nd place there. And Muhammad Akmal, not the best second race that we've seen from him so far, but I'm sure he will improve for round 3.
But he improved quite good for this round. But that was really unfortunate because as we see earlier, not everyone has a really good race in this round, because there's someone with a bit of over pushing the card, and that might be a problem with them to make sure how to control this card.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things that's very difficult to sort out when it comes to karting. Over a 5-lap race, virtually anyone can lap right there at the top and really push hard. But over 15 minutes, it just gets a little bit difficult. It's still a sprint race.
Hard.
It's still you're still driving flat out, but you do need to sort of be a bit smoother, a bit more caring to the tires.
It's smooth is a new fast, okay, guys. Come on.
Absolutely. But it's been brilliant stuff to watch all of the guys out there on track. And really pushing hard to get to Morak Wanutama. And like I say, they're all looking forward to that trip for 2 to
Langkawi.
To the Rotax Max Asia Challenge Festival in Langkawi there. Again, the greatest kart race in Asia. And it's no hyperbole.
It's a festival, guys. It's 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days of action from the 9th to the 11th of December. And you guys also still have a chance to join these exciting races for the final. We still have the I Am a Rotax, #Rotax Racer challenge going up still. So do keep that in mind. But that's going to be a fantastic run there from Interlagos. Of course, we will be at Baskerud for the final round. And this is actually one of the only tracks that are semi-fictional. It's based on the Königsberg racetrack in Baskerud in Norway, but with a fantastic layout change that they made. This is an attempt by the developers to make the mini Nürburgring.
That was actually a really good numbering.
Yeah.
And this track is 1.5 kilometers long with 22 turns. This is not a really fast track, but it is a really tricky track. As you can see, there's a lot of S's there.
Yeah.
And a tight hairpin.
Yeah, and absolutely. It's 1.5 kilometers and it squeezes 22 turns in 1.5 kilometers. So this is perhaps one of the most challenging tracks ever conceived by any karting mind there. I kind of wish that Königsberg actually might turn out and become something like this. Who knows? Maybe Automobilista could sponsor them.
Maybe
raise a studio, give a little bit of funding to make that happen. But this is going to be absolutely amazing stuff. Baskerud, Norway, on the 25th of November. This will be our last online round before the grand finals in Morak Wanutama. So that is going to be amazing stuff.
I do agree with you on that, Max. This round gonna be in the penentu. What is penentu in English?
The decider.
Decider, yes, the decider for who gonna be the top 10 championship leader, and that will be fighting for the real life experience race in Morak Wanutama.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an amazing couple of rounds here at Interlagos, and I think it's going to get even better in Baskerud coming up again soon.
It's going to be exciting.
Oh yeah, this is going to be the karting track to end all karting tracks there. Almost as good as Langkawi International Karting Circuit. But in any case, that is going to be it from us here. Before we go, though, we would like to thank our sponsors. So special thanks goes out to Martini, Pepsi, Tourism Malaysia, Cuti Cuti Malaysia, the Langkawi Development Authority, LADA, with the ferry terminal. Fantastic facilities, especially when I bring the cars across there. Yep. Roro, fantastic stuff there. Of course, special thanks goes out also to JW Sports, Holiday Villa, KLIA TV, Amprex Motorsports, Make Kart Lubricants, Morak Adventure Park, Rotax, and Mojo.
Yeah, so we're gonna see you guys next Thursday, 25th of November.
So in any case, that's going to be it from us here in the studio. We will see you all in the next stream. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.
So siapa yang belum subscribe Galeri Kereta, boleh klik button kat bawah subscribe, dan kita jumpa lagi di next episode untuk kita apa lagi proses untuk KA30 ni. Okay, see you, bye bye. Assalamualaikum.
City lights, kampung lights, you know we have it all. Sandy beaches, sun-kissed skies forevermore. Rediscovering our land and the beauty that surrounds us all. Cuti Malaysia.